guys, it's Andy and Jenna here from A Couple Travelers. We're back with another video today talking about our Dragon's Breath flight line experience from our cruise 2 years ago that stopped at Labadee, Haiti.
Yes. So this was a cruise that we did for our first wedding anniversary back in 2018, and Labadee was the first port of call on our cruise.
Yeah, it was a really fantastic time. A lot of the cruise lines have these private destinations that you could stop at, and it's a really nice perk that they provide because all of the benefits that you have on the ship from like a drink package, which is what these cups are from, carry right over onto the island.
Yes, so a great thing about when you're going to a private island or a private destination from a cruise ship is that if you have a drink package, it carries over. You could do the whole day at the port of call with spending no money. It could be you just enjoy the beach and you enjoy the food because it's going to be included there since it's a private destination. So you could do the whole day for free, or you could splurge a little bit and do some of the cool excursions.
Yeah, and speaking of the excursion, so this Dragon's Breath flight line is the official name of it, but it's basically a zip line. And I think it has the title of like the tallest zip line of something.
Something above water,
yeah,
something like that. And it's insane.
It's impressive.
It really is.
And I was pretty nervous because I'm not a fan of heights. And this zip line, you start out on a mountain, and which is I think 500 feet above sea level, and then you end up basically at sea level. So it's
definitely intimidating.
Yeah, it's pretty high up there, but I did it. It was great.
It's a little expensive, but definitely worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should like start at the beginning.
Yeah. Let's give you the full picture. So, was that like the first thing we did when we got on the island?
No, I think we had tried to get like an early reservation, and I think that was full, even though we booked like way in advance. So I think we got off the ship and we like explored for a little bit until it was our time.
Right.
And then we went over.
Yeah. And
so when you get there, you have to check in. There's like a ton of paperwork to do. And like, you have to know like your exact weight.
Yeah.
Because there is like height requirement. You have to be at least 48 inches tall. You have to be at least 75 pounds. And it is limited at 275 pounds. So you have to be somewhere in that range. So after you check in, then you had to go through like a briefing where they talk about safety and everything that's going to happen. They tell you step by step what they're going to be doing. And then you actually walked over and got to do like a mini zip line just so you could like see how you do in the equipment before you like go up to the top of the mountain. Yeah,
because like you have this harness on and like it's obviously all for your safety, but it's like not the most natural thing. It's like it goes like in your groin area, so like it's all for your safety, but like walking around in it, it's not the most natural thing.
Yeah. I do think so. I had ziplined once before, and this one, the equipment was a lot more comfortable.
Oh, that's good.
The other ones were more like rock climbing harnesses that like go around your butt and like all your weight's like on.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this one had more of like a kind of like a seat almost. Like it wasn't a seat, but it was more like a tiny little hammock.
When you got strapped in, it definitely was comfortable. You felt super secure. Yeah. So like that was never an issue. It's just I think like it's not like you're just wearing normal clothes, but you need to do it in order to do the zip line.
Yeah. But it was really good that you got to do a tiny one first so you knew how it felt and how everything worked and then like it wasn't as bad to just go up to the top.
Right, because basically like so we did the practice run and then you need to obviously get to the top of this mountain. It's 500 feet above sea level. So you get on a provided truck essentially with everybody else who's going up during the same time slot as you, and they take you up basically the backside of the mountain to get to the apex essentially.
Yeah.
And it's good that you do the practice beforehand because once you get up there, like they have so many people to get through, it's like one group after another really quick.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to just like follow the instructor's guide and just go where you're told and you go.
Yeah, once you get up there, there's like maybe like 2 or 3 like groups in front of you. So it's just like they're hooked up, released, okay, go, and then it takes like a minute for them to get down and then it's next group.
Yeah. But when you actually get up there, like for me, it was nerve-wracking because that once you, so they have a gate before you actually get out to the part where they clip you on, so you can't just like step off.
Yeah.
So they clip you on first. You step out into the gate and you basically just like lean back and you're sitting onto that harness, and then you're just like okay. Yeah. Waiting for the guy to pull the thing.
Yeah, that was like the most. Even I like at that point when you step out onto like the ledge, like that's where you're like, oh man, because it really is high. Yeah, it's like 500 feet above the beach. Yeah, which is no easy thing. No, and and so you're sitting there, and then like they have a radio with the basically the crew who's at the opposite end, the finish line of the zip line, and like when that's clear, like then you're clear to go, and so you hear like some chatter, and then he pulls a line, and then you're off. Well, he warned. He was like ready. It wasn't like surprise, you're going. And the thing is, there are 4 at a time, so like we were 2 of the 4, and so he released us both at the same time, which was nice because we had a GoPro and obviously wanted to capture us both going at the same time. Yeah. So he's like you heard the walkie-talkie, and then he's like ready, and and then
off to the races.
Let's go.
And
it's fast.
It is fast. It's like I think upwards of 50 miles an hour over the water, and you're going for a good half mile, essentially. It's about 2,600 feet long from the top of the mountain all the way to the finish line. And it goes by super quick.
It does.
And because it's like you want to enjoy yourself and look around, but like then you have a camera with you, so you want to make sure you're getting...
And like they told us, like once you're like halfway or 3/4 of the way down, to start like raising your feet. And like remember?
Which you did not do. And you can see, we'll include it in the video here, but like I'm like the camera's great.
And like I'm like my legs are like this.
Yeah, because basically like you're going fast, and so they have a couple basically shock absorbers at the end to stop you, and to basically prevent if your feet are together, because you need to go down with your legs like crossed essentially to make you more aerodynamic. And then when you reach, they have like these little balls.
Yeah, like lines. Marking when you're like 1/4 of the way, halfway, 3/4 of the way down.
And they tell you based on like when you get to this last like marker, like open your legs. So basically when you hit these shock absorbers, if you don't open your legs,
you could kick it.
Right, and then like these are like very sturdy steel wires, so you can really hurt yourself.
So open your legs so that they go on like the other sides of them.
I forgot to do that, and then like
you didn't hit it though, right?
No, because I was getting an earshot of the people at the end, and they were like, "Open your legs." And I'm like, yeah, of course.
Because, you go, like, obviously right over the beach.
Right.
And so, like, you see, like, if you're sitting on the beach all day, you just, like, every minute are just seeing people, like, come down the zip line.
Yeah.
And the whole thing, like, from when you check in to when you're done takes about an hour and 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. So, like, keep that in mind if you're trying to plan your day for how long that might take.
Yeah. But you still have plenty of time to explore the rest of the island. Yeah. And that's another perk of the private destinations, is that like you don't need to go through like security or like a government like checkpoint before you get back onto the ship. A lot of the cruise lines private destinations have a pier that they put right onto the island just for the convenience of it. And Labadee actually, I'm thinking of Coco Key actually, that used to not have a pier, but now it does. Labadee.
Labadee always did. Yeah.
It's just a nice perk, and then like you get to see the ship from that angle too, which is obviously always impressive.
Oh yeah, and especially from the top of the zip line.
Yeah.
Like that view.
That was like, crazy.
You just see like the ship off to the side, and you just like see the entire island. Yeah. And that like I just wish. The day was very cloudy when we went, as you'll see from our B-roll and everything, but like I just wish it was a little bit more sunny, because that just would have made like an even better photo, but it still was an awesome view. Even with the clouds, you can still see everything.
And for Jenna, for this being your first cruise, like I remember when we pulled up to the terminal, and we went on the Harmony of the Seas, which is at the time the largest ship in the world before the Symphony of the Seas came out.
Yeah.
And like
I'm spoiled now after going on that. When we look at like, we obviously want to plan another cruise.
Yeah.
And we're just like, everything I look at, I'm like, what do you mean they don't have a central park? What do you mean they don't have
She
the
needs
boardwalk?
to go on the Oasis class ships.
Like, that is my definition of a cruise now, that anything, or like when we look at a Disney ship now, I'm like, it's how small? Like,
Right.
I can't fathom, because that was just like, that is a cruise ship.
Yeah. And honestly, you can't go wrong with any Royal Caribbean cruise. They all, like, all the different classes of ships have their different qualities, but obviously, like, we went on a 7-night Western Caribbean, which is what they put a lot of these Oasis class ships on. It's those very, like, week-long cruises that many people, that are popular with a lot of families and couples and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we had an absolute blast. Would you do it again?
I mean, yes, I would 100% do it again. The only thing that's like kind of a bummer is, so I don't think we said this before, but it was $99 a person to do this, and you only get to do it once. So I 100% like think it was worth it. I'm not sure I would do it again, because there's so many other cool things at Labadee that I would want to try.
That's a great point, actually. Yeah, and we actually didn't mention that, but like they have it's a dragon theme with all of their other stuff on the island.
So they have like a mountain coaster that looked really cool.
Dragon's Tail coaster.
Yeah. Then they have like a water slide.
Dragon Splash
there
water
you go.
slide.
And they have an aqua park.
Yep.
And
they have a beach. If you're a Pinnacle member in the Crown and Anchor Society, or if you have a suite on the ship, you have access to your own private beach.
Yeah, that's cool. And like we also saw people doing like a jet ski tour, and just like, we love jet skis, so like maybe that would be something we'd want to do.
Yeah.
Or I wish that you could pay a little extra and be able to go more than once.
Yeah, that actually be a cool
like
perk.
maybe for instead of $99, like maybe pay like $150 and you could like go up to 3 times or something.
Yeah.
Like, just something like that, because
Yeah, like if they had like their version of like a fast pass or a max pass or
yeah,
something.
because it was just like, I mean, it was awesome, but I just wish I could do it again.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
definitely would do it again, and because like, I mean, when you're already paying so much for a cruise, like $100, like it obviously makes a difference, but I think for somebody who is afraid of heights, like I would, like I loved it.
I am just surprised that you wanted to do it. I remember when we were planning the cruise, and I was like I heard that this was something really fun and great to do, and I like showed it to him thinking that he'd be like, heck no.
Yeah.
And he wanted to give it a try, and I think it was worth it.
It really was.
And I would recommend, so since this is like an hour 15 chunk of time, I'd recommend trying to do it first thing in the day, or getting one of the last like time slots of the day, because like if you do it like smack dab in the middle, it's like, we did it toward the early side, and then the rest of the day we rented a pair of like beach loungers.
Yes.
And that was like $35 for the day, and we had 2 chairs and a nice like umbrella over it, and we just like hung out at the beach the rest of the day. So it was nice that it wasn't like you got settled at the beach and then had to get up to go do it and then come back. Like, do it first or do it toward the end of the day.
And you have time to plan, because you book this all through the Royal Caribbean Cruise Planner, which is what you have access to when you book your reservation, when you book your cruise, essentially. So you could start to, like, it'll schedule out things for you, like when you have blocks of reservations. So you could start to plan your day and have a general idea, but more often than not, those private destinations offer a level of flexibility that other ports of call don't. So it was really nice, and we can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I'm dying for another cruise.
Yeah. So when the CDC allows cruises to sail again, we are going to be ready to go.
Yep.
But tell us in the comments if you've been on a Royal Caribbean cruise and have stopped at Labadee, and if you did the Zipline, what did you think? Would you do it again? We want to know.
Yeah, and what else did you guys do at Labadee? We're looking for ideas. If we do another Royal Caribbean, Labadee might be another port of call for us, so always looking for new ideas, what's a must-do for you, so let us know. And be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on social media at A Couple Travelers.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, keep traveling. Cheers.